everyone, it's Rocky, and this is another subscriber request video. So the request was for making something with pumpkin that wasn't a pumpkin pie. So I thought about making a pumpkin soup. So what I did was I got this little pumpkin right here. Isn't it cute? And it's a pumpkin pie pumpkin. There we go. So it's not like your big full-on jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. It's like, you know, a small little, about a little bit bigger than a can of pumpkin, I guess. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just cut into him. I just cut off the top of him with this knife right here. Then I'm going to cut him in half. Okay. And then just work your way all around until you get a cut. And again, don't rush it at all. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is scoop out the seeds and the little nasty bits on this guy. I don't want to get like any of the good flesh because that's what's going to make our soup, but I want to get the seeds and the nasty bits. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this strainer here because I'm going to try to, well, I'm going to make some pumpkin seeds later, so I'm going to get all the little pumpkin seeds into this thing. So I got one half of this guy cleared out. I'll do the other one in a couple minutes, but let me just show you guys what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go ahead and cut him in half. I think I'm going to put him face down. It might be easier and safer. Okay. I'm going to cut him in half. Then I'm going to cut him into half again. And the last thing I'm going to do is peel him. So I'm just going to take, just like you were if you were cutting a cantaloupe or the skin away from the cantaloupe or the orange away from its skin, you just want to start kind of doing the same thing to this. Okay, so I got all the skin peeled away, all the inside guts taken off. Gotta cut him a bit smaller. Into chunks like this. And then toss it in my saucepan. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my pumpkin all cut up, peeled and cut up into this saucepan. What I'm going to do is put enough water in here to cover the pumpkin. So I'm going to cover it with a lid and let it simmer until the pumpkin is nice and tender. I'm going to go ahead and clean up here. I'm going to go ahead and clean up here. I'm going to cut up a couple of other things that I'm going to need for this soup. Let this guy get tender, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back with my pumpkin. They simmered on the stove covered for about 25 minutes, I think it was. I just went ahead and checked them, and they're nice and tender. I was able to pierce them with my fork, and they're actually breaking apart as I'm piercing them. So they are nice and tender at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and strain them. The next thing I'm going to do is in that same pot, put a little bit of water at the bottom and heat up my onion. I just chopped up a small white onion. So I'm going to go ahead and put my onion in there. Just kind of saute it a bit in the water until it's nice and tender. Okay, so my onion is simmered down enough that it's nice and tender. I'm going to go ahead and add my pumpkin back in. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and use my hand blender and puree it up. I'm going to go ahead and shut off the recording though while I'm doing this for a little bit, just because it's going to probably be kind of noisy. I will come back. What I'm going to do is also add some fat-free half and half and some vegetable broth. But I'll be back when I start to add those things. Okay, I am back. I pureed it down a little bit. What I'm going to do is add, at this point, a cup of vegetable broth, fat-free vegetable broth. Actually, I'm probably just going to add about a half a cup at this point. So you really just want to look, pour some liquid in, and just kind of get it to the consistency that you want. Add a little bit more broth in. So it probably will be a cup in here. Alright, now I want to add some creaminess. Let me aim this guy down. So I'm going to add about a cup of fat-free half and half. You can use skim milk, soy milk. The other thing is, if you just want to get canned pumpkin, that's totally okay. Just do the same thing. Pour. Then what you want to do is simmer down the onions, then pour a can of pumpkin in there. I'm going to start with a quarter cup of the half and half. Simmer down the onions, pour the can of pumpkin in there, and then start putting your liquid in until it gets to the consistency that you want it to be. Let me go ahead and start to add my spices in. I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon. I'd say about a half a teaspoon. About a half teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Let me go ahead and start tasting this guy. This is tasting really good. Now I may add some salt to this. Just add salt to taste. So I'm done with pureeing him. So I'm going to go ahead and heat him up and kind of let the flavors come together. It's tasting so good right now though, guys. This is so good. Alright, I'm going to heat him up for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and clean up here, and then I'll be back. Okay, my soup is done warming through, and then here it is. Now this is just the consistency that I wanted. I want it nice and thick. You can go ahead and add more vegetable broth or more, cream or milk or whatever you guys decide to use, or soy milk. I just kind of want it to be nice and hearty and a little bit thicker. You can add, to add some crunch on top, you can add walnuts or pecans. What I'm going to add on top is just some scallions that I chopped up. Just to kind of tie in that onion flavor that I put into the soup. And then here we go, my pumpkin soup. This is so good. It was so easy, you know. Really good. The onion taste that comes like from right in the back of that pumpkin taste. So good. Okay, so if you have any questions at all about any of the ingredients I use, just go ahead and shoot them below. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and enjoy. Bye!